and welcome to Veestastebuds. My name is Varens and today I'm going to show you guys how I make my very own shrimp fried rice recipe. So let's just jump right into the video. So to get started, I added 1 tablespoon of chicken bouillon, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, and half a tablespoon of salt. Then I went ahead and added 3 cups of rice to my strainer. And I went ahead and gave it a nice wash. I washed my rice about 2 to 3 times just to get rid of extra starches. Then I went ahead and added my rice to my rice cooker bowl. Then I added my seasonings on top of it. 1/4 cup of oil. You can use any oil of your choice. And I went ahead and added 3.5 cups of water to my rice. So whenever I'm trying to make fried rice, I try not to put in as much water into the rice. I just don't want the rice to turn out to be very soggy, because when I put in the soy sauce or any extra sauces that I want to put in, it basically softens the rice. So I don't really want to put too much in there. So I just went ahead and gave it a nice stir, and off to the rice cooker we go. So now that the rice is on, I'm just going to leave it on for it to cook for a while. Then I'm just going to go ahead and just clean up my little messes that I made. Whenever I'm cooking, I like to clean up my messes as I go. I just don't want to wait till I'm done cooking, then come clean up. I think that takes too much time. So doing this, saves me a lot of time and energy. So after 30 minutes of cooking, the rice is done. So I just go ahead and give it a stir just to make sure the seasoning is at every part of the rice. Then I go ahead and let it out to cool off for an hour. Then I go ahead and put it in the fridge and leave it overnight. Now you see the rice, this is the texture I'm looking for. So the next morning, I grabbed myself some shrimps from the store. Then I added some vinegar. Then I added water and let it soak for a while. Then I cleaned up my vegetables. I had here onions and scallions. I went ahead and chopped them up. Did the same for the onions. It was burning my eyes still, but it is what it is. And right here, I'm just washing my corn. And now that my shrimps is nice and cleaned, I added some salt, some onion powder, some garlic powder. Then I added chili powder just to give me a little bit of spice, and I gave it a nice stir. So right here we have the vegetables for the rice, but you can use any vegetables you have. And in a bowl, I cracked 4 eggs. Added a bit of salt, then gave it a whisk. And added to my pan some oil that I'm going to use to fry the shrimps. So when you're cooking shrimps, you don't want to overcook it. So I cooked the shrimps for about 5 minutes. This is the consistency that you want your shrimps to be, so it doesn't turn out to be very rubbery. So I just took it out of the pan and set that aside. And I added in my eggs. And also with the same process for the shrimp is the same process for the eggs. You don't want to overcook it. So I just let it cook for about 3 to 4 minutes. Once my eggs are thoroughly cooked, I also set that to the side. I just don't want to be cooking my shrimps and my eggs with the rice because we tend to overcook that. So to avoid all of it, I just decided to take them out. Then in my pan I added some oils, then I fried my onions and my scallions together. Then I added in my shredded carrots. I added in my corn as well. Once they're cooked, I took out half of the vegetables and set that aside. I just didn't want to cook a lot of my vegetables with the rice, just because when I put the rice in there, I want to be able to make sure that the vegetables are evenly distributed to every side of it. So that's why I always leave half in the pan. Then I put in the other half in it. So I'm going to add in the other half that I set aside. Then give it a nice stir. You know, when it comes down to fried rice, it's a lot of work. So my arm started to burn at this point because you have to keep stirring and stirring and stirring. But it's a very simple recipe. So I went ahead and added in some soy sauce. You can use about 1.5 tablespoons. I think I used a tablespoon for mine. And I added in extra because it wasn't enough sauce for me. Then at this point I added in extra seasoning. The seasoning I ended up adding was chicken bouillon. I went ahead to give it a nice stir just to make sure that the seasoning is evenly distributed in every part of the rice. Then I added in some water just to soften up the rice a little bit, just to make sure that, you know, the seasoning is not just dry in there. So the water binds with the seasoning and makes it very, very, you know, nice. Then I went ahead and added in my shrimp. And I added in my eggs. And child, at this point, I was like, my arms are killing me, but it's so worth it. It's so worth it. I love it. Look at that. Look at this goodness. Veestastebuds right in your kitchen. Then I tasted it. And I mean, boy, was it good. It was so good. I couldn't wait till I was done. I went ahead and put the rice in a container just to make sure that, you know, everything is done from the pan. I didn't want to overcook anything, so I just took it off the pan quickly. At this point, I didn't want to waste any more time, so I went ahead and plated my own food, and here you have it. Veestastebuds, a buzz of flavor. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share. Until next time.